Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Kamran, and my topic is employment challenges among adult male ex-offenders after incarceration, a conceptual analysis of social discrimination. So I'm sure everybody well familiar in this room what incarceration is and what is the conceptual analysis. The content, introduction, purpose of the study, methodology, the source, perfective model of ostracism, conclusion, and then question and answer session. The abstract, this paper examines the phenomenon of adult male ex-offenders' employment challenges after incarceration using a conceptual analysis of social discrimination. The issue of ex-offenders returning home safely to lead a law-abiding life is a daunting task. Every year, thousands of inmates release from the prison but relapse into criminal activity sooner or later. So, I will discuss the employment challenges of adult male offenders after incarceration. Means when the prisoners release from the prison, what challenges, what obstacles they face. It is believed that the phenomenon of adult male offenders is one of the biggest challenge in criminal judicial system. So this is the abstract. The purpose of the study. The purpose of the study is to focus on apparent challenges that ex-offenders face as they attempt to reintegrate into the community. Just imagine when people they release from the prison, what challenges they face. If someone has spent more than 10 years in prison, when they reintegrate, when they go back, what challenges they face. This paper also observes some major issues that are considered important when it comes to the analysis of reducing reoffending and employment challenges among adult male offenders after incarceration. Imprisonment itself gives a great experience to adult male ex-offenders. So the experience is when people they go to the prison, they lose their jobs. Yeah, I'm talking about the adult male ex-offenders. They lose their job. And when they release from the prison, what will happen? They can't find a job. They get discouraged from the society, from the employer. So this is the purpose of the study methodology. I have not used any primary data in this research. I've relied on secondary data by using the conceptual analysis. So conceptual analysis is a traditional method and go back to the time of Plato and has been used by different researchers, philosophers since then. But why I'm using the conceptual analysis? There are two key reasons. The first reason is to understand the meaning of concept and ideas. Yeah, concept and ideas. And the second reason for using the conceptual analysis is to apply the concept and ideas on theoretical philosophies and problem philosophies. So these are the two key reasons why I'm using the conceptual analysis. It's a traditional method but still in use. So the conceptual analysis mainly emphasizes what is knowledge, what is justice, what is truth, and can be answered solely on the basis of one's grasp the relevant concepts. So part of the secondary research, these are the key prerequisites which can help me to improve or to write on my topic. Employer's bias and job outcome factors. Albright and Gross, for example, surveyed 85 out of 350 businesses are found that only 14% businesses agreed that they were agreed to employ released prisoners. Can you imagine? Only 14%. And similarly, the notes 2012 observed that nearly half of the businesses suggested that they would not recruit an individual with the background of criminal activities. The employers, they are a bit reluctant. They hesitate to employ the offenders. During my research, I found some of the other evidences as well. For example, some of the companies, they provide employment opportunities to the ex-offenders, but they make them realize that you are the offender. So how they make them realize? CCTV cameras have been installed. When offenders are working, CCTV cameras are installed. So make them realize unconsciously that you are the offender. You have got a shady background. Next is the employment challenges among adult male offenders. Some more secondary research. The role of family members. Family members can play a pivotal role. They can play a pivotal role to rehabilitate offenders. And next is the employment and reoffending challenges. The adult male ex-offender face numerous obstacles to find employment opportunities, including legislation, restrictions. I hope everyone can see this diagram, this stats analysis. For formerly incarcerated people looking for jobs, it's worse than the Great Depression. So 25%, can you see it? Unemployment peak during the Great Depression was 25%. And if you can see, unemployment among formerly incarcerated people in 2008 is 27. The unemployment for informally incarcerated people is higher than the Great Depression. So the situation to get a job for adult male offender is even worse than the Great Depression, and it's a very negative sign. So part of the source perfective model of ostracism, so part of the conceptual analysis. So in my research, I try to align the conceptual analysis with this perfective model of ostracism. So ostracism means exclusion from the society. Just imagine when you exclude people from the society, what would be the impact on their social life, what would be impact on their health, and how they will penetrate in the society. If you see the resignation stage, depression and helplessness, so see the transition. When we started ignoring people, regardless they are the offenders, but they are the human being. If anything happened to them in their life, probably it was their mistake or probably someone's mistake, but we can't ignore people. We can't isolate people because of their background. Some UK stats, yes, how many prisoners are there in the United Kingdom? 85,839. Male population 81,903. Female population 3,936. 49% of prisoners suffer from anxiety and depression. 32% of the prisoners report having learning difficulties. Around 50% of the people who leave prisons re-offend within 12 months. Around 50% of the people. So in other words, 50% people go back to the prison. I will put it in this way. For example, in a hospital, half of the patient return after having their careful medical care. What do you think? Is it justified? Also, prison expense has a significant financial burden on government budget. It's not easy, it's very expensive. Yes, how much government is spending on the prisoners? £34,000 every year on prisoners, taxpayers' money. So a prison expense has a significant financial burden on government budgets. The United States spend 81 billion every year on prisons. 81 billion. Is this justified investment on the prisoners? Do you think this is justified? In most of the countries, the evidence shows clearly that it is not justified. It is not justified. Again, some more facts. United Kingdom, 66% young offenders re-arrested and go back to the prison within 1 year. Yeah, young, 66% people. The conclusion of this research study is continuous unemployment is directly associated to an increased rate of offense. In addition to that, unemployment could increase chance of recidivism among ex-offenders. Most of the ex-offenders tends to return to prison if they are unable to secure steady employment in the market. In addressing the issues, the government needs to provide employment opportunities and to ensure that the ex-offenders or the ex-prisoners are well equipped with required skills and knowledge to improve their productivity. Love, affections, respect would help ex-offenders to readjust in the society. I think before I finish, I would say, I think it is our moral, social, and ethical responsibility to ensure that our prison system truly, adequately work with these prisoners before release. And on the other side, yes, prison has their own role and responsibility with offenders. But on the other side, the government should provide a sustainable job opportunities to the prisoners so they will live a good, healthy life like a normal citizen. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Yes.
Well, it's not a question, but while we were talking, I was thinking about Portugal. We have exactly the same problem.
Okay.
People just are released and then they come back and are released and they come back in Portugal. And we have lots of associations. That is the major problem. And of course, there are no support for these people. We don't have psychologists, we don't have social assistants.
When I started doing research on this topic, my initial thought was that the underdeveloped countries, they are probably struggling with this issue, and the developed countries has no problems. But I'm telling you, the research shows and the facts are horrible. Because even, look, UK, they are spending £34,000 on each single offender, and it's very high. So it's almost everywhere. It's not something that it's happening in the few countries, and it's not happening in other parts of the world. It's all across the globe. You know, there is a prison cycle. I'm about to finish, I'm sorry. There is a prison cycle. You know, the cycle is prison, release, no jobs, no family ties, no education, and same social circle. Same social circle means the offenders. And then re-offending. Sometimes people, they go to the prison with a minor crime, but after a certain period of time, the same people will commit the big crimes because of the people they used to live in the prison.
They learn everything in prison.
Yeah, they know the cycle. They know the cycle, and this knowing itself is not good.
You have crime past, you can't be a teacher, you can't work in university.
Conviction. This is what I started. Thank you very much.
Thank you.